trapped on the sands or at Le Pan and tried to get off. I'd been on the beach for about 2.5, 3 days. Had nothing to eat or anything like that, you know. My unit that I was with, we drove every lorry into the sea, and then we took the bridging equipment, being raw engineers, and put on top of the lorries so they could walk into deeper water to get onto boats. The Germans, they started to shell us, and I'm afraid that's when I lost most of my blokes, my unit. You know, it was potluck.
What was the spirit of the country like? How did it feel to be in England at that point in time?
One of the incidents I remember when I got on the train to go to Huyton, during the journey he stopped at Birmingham. Some fella pushed his way through the crowd. He said, "Is anybody Birmingham people there?" I said, "Yes, me." And that fella took my address and he cycled all the way to my home to tell my mother that I was safe in England.
Wow.
What was it like in Afghanistan when you first went out there?
It was a funny old scrap out there. It was often unclear who the enemy were. A lot of, you know, IEDs, so a lot of sort of mines and bombs. Being in the Royal Marines, we were all game to go out there and do the business. That's why we joined the Royal Marines. So I think me and the boys, we were a close bunch of lads. We all had each other's backs. We were all over it and ready to go, really.
The only thing is you're a bit sad if you lose somebody. Yeah.
That's, I think, that's the hardest bit of the lot, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
How have you found it, Gemma, following Kosovo?
Professionally, it was exhilarating, but we were totally powerless to intervene. That wasn't what I joined the military for. I joined the military to make a difference, be a soldier, and I really, so when I came home, I was on my own and I wanted to talk, but vulnerability was kind of a weakness, and so I just went quiet. On the face of it, everything seemed fine, but behind closed doors, I was pressing the self-destruct button and just finding a way to cope. Whereas now, gosh, you know, we're not there yet, but times are changing. You know, I can share my story now and the difficulties I had, but 18 years ago, you know, people just didn't.
After the war, would guys like yourself talk about it, or was it
very, very little?
Why do you think that was?
I don't know. I think everybody wanted to just forget. Everybody wanted to get back to normal, I think. Through the years in the army, I never had a thing wrong with me. I think it affected me later on, you know. You never forget, do you?
No.
I think it's an experience that always lives with you.